We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Mike's Creation. And today, I'm going to try and do another one of those long videos that I did the other day. But it's just going to be like uncut. So I'm trying to build my watch time. So I would really appreciate it if you guys stick with me till the end of this video. And we're just going to have a little talk. But first, I do want to say, well, Happy New Year's. It's 2023 now, so that's a little weird and scary, and everything's going wrong. Actually, it's not true. I'm having a good day, I think. I don't know. I feel like there's something going on inside of me, maybe a panic attack, but it hasn't come out. It's not like happened, but there's something brewing up, I'm telling you. But anyway, I hope you guys had a great New Year's, and none of you died. That's pretty sad. Some people died yesterday. Isn't that crazy to think about? Like, some people went to bed last night and just never woke up this morning. Okay, let's talk about something nice. I have a haunted doll here, which if you guys remember her, about a year ago, which blew my mind when I realized it was literally over a year ago. I showed you guys this. It is a Mary Lennox doll. I'm not going to show you the whole thing again. I just wanted to tell you that I found it. Even though it wasn't hidden or anything, it was just sitting over here. But I decided to do a little more digging into it, and it's still worth nothing. I bought this like a long time ago, I think like 10 years ago, and I purposely got it for the reason that I liked The Secret Garden too. It was in its packaging like brand new, and I thought maybe because it's an original Madame Alexander, and it had a birth certificate and a certificate of authenticity and everything like that with it, and it was in its original packaging. I thought it might be worth something one day, but it wasn't. In fact, it was. Around the time I got it, I remember looking it up, and it was like $60, and I was like, I'll hang on to it because it's going to increase in value with age. 10 years later, it's worth like $5. So, but I'm pretty sure this is haunted, so I'm keeping it. Anyway, I'm also rocking do you guys remember the Grumpy Cat meme? Jesus, this is a throwback. I don't even know if you guys remember when I used to wear these shirts all the time. It's by a company called The Mountain, and I was digging through some trash bags the other day in here, and one of them had like all of my The Mountain shirts in there, and I had like 50 of them. It was insane. But I did like have a big clear out. I didn't want to get rid of them because I love these shirts. Like, the fit and everything is perfect. And I just wanted to change my style. That was the only reason I stopped wearing them. But I did dig through them, and there was some that I dug out, and I'm gonna start wearing again. And one of them is this one because relatable or what? So I love the color too, and yeah, I got a couple of the cat ones out again, and the one with the Sasquatch on there. I thought they were pretty cool, so I've dug them out. I'm planning on wearing them in my videos again, and just in general. And yeah, I can't remember what else I was going to tell you. There is a ASMR live playing right now on my phone, but I've turned the volume right the way down. Yeah, she's still there. Her name's Nata. She is a Russian ASMR girl. I can turn the volume up so you can hear for a second. I just keep it on all the time in the background. I have it low volume like this. Just when I'm editing or whenever I'm doing anything at all, I just listen to ASMR like this. And she's live right now. I can make her say something, but I'm not gonna do that because I'll feel silly if she doesn't do it. But I also have right here. How the fuck is that even possible? Take a look at this conundrum. This is a Rubik's Cube. I'm sure you guys will remember these. I got one probably about a month ago or something, and I got it purposely to be a prop in my studio here, because everything in here is related in some way to a horror movie that I like. And one of the things that was in a movie called Let Me In, and there was a Swedish version called Let the Right One In or something, and it's about a vampire girl and a boy, and they fall in love and whatever, and they're little kids, and they meet. The boy's he doesn't have any friends, he gets bullied and all of that, and they meet outside the apartment complex on this playground area, a climbing frame, and he's sitting there one night playing with the Rubik's Cube, and he shows her the Rubik's Cube, and I think he lets her have it actually, because she doesn't celebrate her birthday or something, so he feels bad, so he gives her the Rubik's Cube as a birthday gift. But I was playing around with it before I put it in here permanently, And because I wanted it to be like, oh, it's like the one from the movie. So I was playing around with it, trying to just mess it up. I really didn't want to mess it up. That was a very hard thing for me to do when I first got it. It was like, because all the sides were perfect. I put it behind me and just was kind of going crazy with it. That was the only way I could get myself to mess it up, because I feel like I must have some kind of like OCD traits, because that was really, really hard for me to do, and it shouldn't be that hard to mess up a Rubik's Cube. That should be the best part, messing it up. And I messed it up. I've been playing around with it for a few weeks, and just every now and then having a little go of it, and then I get very impatient and just give up. But now I'm at a point where I'm bored, so I don't have any more use for it. I'm not playing anymore. It got to this point, and I was like, fuck this. I can't deal with this shit anymore. So I became very angry, very frustrated. So now it's at a point where I'm either going to throw it in the trash and break it, or put it in my studio like I was originally going to do. And so I'm going to put it in here. But I just wanted to show you how close I got to making it like full. But like, wouldn't you expect, I don't know, maybe I'm working this out wrong, but it all starts like this whole side was red, this whole side was white, this whole side was blue, this whole side was yellow, this whole side was green, or this side right here, where's the green side? What the heck? Where? Oh, it's right here. But like, you would think, like, because there's only one missing on this red one, that the red one would be elsewhere. And all the other ones would be like, this would be all green with one yellow one. This would be all orange with one blue one. You would think. But no, somehow it's like this. Like, all red except one, but then all of the other sides are all just, like, mumbled up. How... I know there's, like, a certain sequence that you can do it in. It's like it's an actual mathematical, like, thing that people can do this. I have no fucking clue how to make a Rubik's Cube. I don't know. What would you guys do in this situation? I was going by the red wall. Like, I was going by the center red right here, and just, like, following and trying and twisting and stuff like that. That was kind of my, my home base right here. And I was just trying to get all the reds together, and I ended up with this. And it's like, I can't get out of it. If I try to get, like, this red one right here over here, then it just, like, the whole thing messes up. I can't get out of it. So now I'm like, I can't deal with this. I put a lot of time and effort into this, and that's what I got. So now I'm just going to put it up here as a prop. So I'm going to have to find a little place to put it. And you guys can join me. Usually I don't show you when I'm putting the props in. I usually cut this part because it's boring. Nobody wants to watch that. But I do think I will put it over here somewhere behind me, probably where you guys can't even see. But I'll put it over here. Or maybe like right there by Samara Morgan. Yeah, I'll put it right there. That's a nice little place. And I think I'll have it that way. Like that. So that's pretty cute. I know you guys can't see it, but it's not the point. It's me, that's the point. But anyway, as I was saying about... what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, New Year's. Let's talk about New Year's then, shall we? My last year's New Year's resolution was to lose weight, which I've done. I am at a place now where I feel a little more happier, a little more confident in my appearance. I don't know if you guys remember what I looked like last year, but I was not very... I was a lot heavier. I managed to lose, I think, like, at least 50 pounds. I haven't weighed myself in a few weeks. I did kind of give up on my New Year's resolution from last year, like, probably about a month or so ago, because I did reach a point where I was, like, looking at myself, and I thought, you know, I'm actually happier. Like, I feel more comfortable in my own skin. I feel more confident. It's more my body wasn't really the issue. It was my face filled out a lot. Like, I used to have a very skinny face and, like, a very sharp jawline right here. And my beard used to look perfect whenever I shaped it to my jawline. But then last year, I had no neck. It was bad. It was like this. I was just like this all the time. I literally had a neck beard. Like, when you hear people say the phrase neck beard, I never really knew what it meant. I just thought it was like someone with a hairy neck, like the hair grows down here. But it's like when your neck is fused to your chest because your chin is fused to your chest because your neck just ceases to exist. That's what happened to me. And I used to, like, look at the videos, and I did make fun of it. Like, some people were commenting about my weight, and that's really when it kind of stood out to me. Like, yeah, I have gained weight. I kind of gained the weight without even realizing. It just happened through 2020. By 2021, I was pretty overweight. Not like, I wouldn't say I was like morbidly obese, but I was overweight. It was just a fact. I was starting to think like, why are my clothes shrinking? Why is it harder to tie my shoelaces without making a big scary dad noise? Like, I would be like, okay, like that, to try and tie my shoelaces. Like, it was becoming increasingly harder to walk up the stairs, like things like that. And then you guys were pointing it out very kindly, saying, Mike, you've gotten fat. I was not aware of it until you guys said that. Some people were a little more mean about it than others. Some people were like, Mike, you look good with the weight gain. Some people were like, oh my god, haven't watched Mike in a few years. He's gotten fat. What the fuck? What happened to him? Did he eat a hippo? And I didn't eat a hippo, just for the record, and I don't eat babies too. I know there was like a little rumor going around about that last year, that I eat babies. It's not true. It was all just a hoax. Fake news. That's what that was. But I did gain a lot of weight, and I blame pizzas. I blame ordering takeout pretty much every night. And I did go through a phase where, like, I was making fun of it because I really wasn't that bothered by it, I guess. Like, I knew I gained weight, but I didn't really care that much. But then I think my response video to these comments was me doing a mukbang. So, like, you could see I was making fun of it. But then it did get to a point where I was, like, looking at myself. And it was more, not so much in the videos, but it was more in pictures. Like, whenever I would see myself, like, my friends would take a picture with me in it, and all I could see was this big, scary fucking hamburger chin, like this. And it just, like, I hated it. Even in family photos, like, my mom has this one photo of me, and it's disgusting. Like, I actually wanted to burn my life to the ground when I saw the picture. And it was just me next to all of my family, and all of my family, pretty much all of them are, like, I'm, like, one of the tallest, and everybody else is pretty short. But in the photo, like, I'm the tallest, and I'm, like just this big scary giant standing there, like, at the left side of the picture. And it was like times like that I was like, man, I hate these photos. Like, I really want to look the way I used to. So I went on a weight loss journey last year, and I did do pretty well. I didn't go to the gym at all. I was thinking about it, but I had nobody to go with, and I've, like, never been to a gym before, so I don't even really know how you go about doing that. But I did go for runs. I went through a little phase of running. That was pretty difficult when I first started. Like, I realized just how unfit I really was. Like, I ran about 5 feet, and then I was like, okay, that's enough. I need to go home. So it was pretty brutal. There was one time when I thought my heart was going to stop because it was like a burning sensation. And I just stuck to it, and I just went little by little further each time. And I did pretty good. I got pretty good at it. And then I hurt my ankle one day, and that was kind of like a day. Like, I tried to do it again the next day, but every time I ran on it, it was like hurting. So instead, I transitioned from running to walking. I would go on like a long walk, and I thought, I'm still doing the exercise. So I was going on like these long walks, and I kept that up for a while too. Then what happened after that? I can't remember. Oh, I got hit with a big fat bowl of depression. Stopped the running, started mass eating again. But surprisingly, I didn't put on as much weight as I thought I did. I was a little scared to look at the scales when I started, like, going back to my old eating habits. I was a little scared because I was, like, convinced that I was putting the weight back on. But when I actually came around to weighing myself, I had still, like, maintained the weight that I had lost. Like, I'd lost weight. And somehow I managed to maintain that, even though I was, like, eating again. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know, maybe my metabolism changed or something. But another thing I did was I stopped with the huge portion sizes. Like, whenever I was eating, I was, like, eating too much. Because I'm a big food lover even to this day. But I just cut down. Like, I didn't really sacrifice anything. I didn't go on this crazy diet. I was trying to eat more healthier, like salads and other stupid shit like that. Cut out, certain things. I was forcing myself to eat salads. I was just forcing myself to, whenever I was having like a fried meal, like fried chicken or like burgers or whatever, I was just having a smaller portion than I would typically have. I switched from regular Coke to Diet Coke. I've drank nothing but diet sodas ever since, except nothing. Like, I've drank water more than probably anything, but I like switched from, like, I completely cut out the full sugar sodas and switched to diet. Except for like root beer, that's one of the only things, but I've cut down on that to only allowing myself to have one a day. That's one can of just regular, because I tried the diet root beer and it doesn't taste good to me at all. Like, I definitely prefer the other one, so I have that one as like a treat. And I have that one when at the end of the day. So I like to have a root beer, but I also like cut out, like, I actually prefer Diet Coke now than regular Coke. At first it was a little hard because I thought like Diet Coke tasted like metal and regular Coke tasted yummy. Now, when I like, there was one time when I had like or there's been like 2 or 3 times I've had like a regular Coke this year, but there was one time, it was like completely accidental too. I was at a restaurant and they served me regular Coke when I asked for Diet Coke, but I wasn't gonna be that guy that like sends it back, especially when I had like a 2,000 calorie burger on my plate. I wasn't gonna be like, hey, you've given me a regular Coke, I'm on a diet here. So I just drank it and I was like, oh, it's whatever. One's not gonna be a problem. So I had the regular Coke, and it was then, I think like 6 months of no Coke at all, that I realized, like, ugh, it's so syrupy. Like, it's like leaving a residue around my teeth and like my mouth, and I was like, I can literally feel like the thickness and density of it. Diet Coke doesn't have that. So I'm only imagining that's the sugar. So I actually, weirdly, which I never thought I would ever say this, but I actually prefer Diet Coke now. But I do drink more water than anything else, which is something that I never used to drink. And that was a little bit of a sort of struggle too, trying to get myself to drink Diet Coke, drink water instead of just soda. And I was drinking some other things too, like green tea, trying to do things like that to be a little healthier. And yeah, that's just, I really didn't do that much. Like, I didn't go on a crazy like thing, like a diet. I just like started introducing more water, more diet soda, cut out the sugar, and cut back on the fried food, maybe eat a little bit better, do a little more exercise, and I actually managed to lose over 50 pounds. So, I got my neck back. I was very glad to see the neck again. The chin has almost gone. I was also doing some chin exercises, which this is gonna sound so insane, but like, there's, like, I literally looked up on YouTube, like, how to get rid of a double chin. And it was like, you can do these chin exercises, and it's like, you just do this, like, you watch, this is how you do it. You suck in as hard as you can, like a fish face. And then you do this. Stretch as high as you can, and you will feel like the stretching. And just like move your jaw upwards as like much as you can while you're doing the fishy face. And just hold it for like, I think like a couple of minutes. Like this. And you can really feel the strain here. When I first started doing it, I thought that's a load of bullshit. It's not going to work. But I've been doing it like every day. Like whenever I remember to do it. Sometimes when I'm peeing, I'm just like holding my wiener peeing, and then I'm just like, oh, I can do an exercise while I wait. So I'm like, I must look insane if anybody ever watched me. But yeah, I just do it now and then, and it's definitely, I compared 2 photos of myself on Instagram the other day, and there's one that was like from last year, and then one from this year. And you could definitely see the difference in my face. Like, my cheeks used to be like this, my neck was bigger. But that's all it took. It really didn't take that much. If I could do it, anybody can do it. So if you want to lose a little weight, there's a few little tips for you. I do want to continue the weight loss a little bit because I'm still a little thick. I mean, I don't really look it on camera, but I still got a little junk in the trunk. I just want to have my like slim body back. I've got a little bit of a dad bod, I guess you could say. But I definitely want to lose like a few more pounds. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I guess my New Year's resolution for this year is to just try to be more positive. I want to post more videos on my channel. I know that things have been a little weird lately with like transitioning from my old channel to this one. And, you know, I've been skipping out on videos here and there, and like things have been a little messed up with Christmas and New Year's, and like, you know, Tattoo Tuesdays and this and that. Like, things have fallen on days where I couldn't stick to my routine as I normally would. So, I'm hoping now, as of right now, to just get back into things and get back onto a regular schedule, because I am a very like, I need some kind of system, I need some kind of structure, like a routine to live by, because without that I kind of just feel like I'm living in this kind of chaotic world and I can't keep up with the pace. So once I get myself situated and everything like that, we can pretty much get back into, or like, I think that's what it will take for me to feel situated, is to get back into like doing regular videos again, on certain days. The only reason I'm doing this one is just to kind of like have more watch time, and yeah, just boost my chances of getting monetized on this channel. And because at the moment I'm working for free with YouTube, like this is all for free, I'm not getting paid anything from this channel. So but it would be nice to like get up there and get like the 4,000 hour watch time, so I can finally get paid for my videos again. And yeah, I think there was something else I was going to tell you guys, but I can't remember. But I've been doing like a lot of like digging through old stuff too, and I came across like, oh gosh, there's a beautiful pimple right there, can't wait to pop that one. I was looking through some like stuff in here, and I found like a fishing reel, and I thought about like that scene in Annabelle Creation when Linda's playing with the gun, that like the pop gun shoots out like a little ping pong ball, but it's like stuck on a fishing wire, so like she reels it in and then you can pop it back in the gun and shoot it again. And I was like, that would be really cool. So I had a look, and like none of them ever existed. The one that she was using was actually seen in a dream by like someone who was working on the movie, and he called up like the director, and like they talked about it, and he said like, I had this dream about the scene that happened. He was like, can we incorporate this scene into the movie? So the guy was like, yeah. So they did. They made that scene when like Linda's sitting there shooting it into the darkness, and then suddenly the ball gets like dragged, and like the gun comes flying out of her hands, and it's the demon. It's one of the best scenes in the movie, I guess. And so I was thinking like, I really want to get that prop, or get that gun as like, use it as a prop for here. And I couldn't find it because it doesn't exist. They had prop guys make the gun, but the only thing that I could like identify on that thing was like the reel was actually a vintage fishing reel. But I do have a fishing reel, and I'm gonna like try and connect it to, I guess I could try to make some kind of gun, but I don't really understand how like the ball pops out. Like, is there some kind of like gas compression thing inside there? I'm not too sure. I'll have to figure it out, but it's going to be a little bit of a job. And I also need to build my case still for Annabelle, not this one, the big one. So that's another thing like on my to-do list this year. So I got a few things that I want to do, but I am just like kind of, my main thing is to just be happy, I guess, even though things aren't really going the way, life doesn't really go the way that you planned, but you just gotta sometimes make the best of it. And just hope that one day I'll fall in love. That's my main goal. Like, that's all I want. I just want to have, I just want love. I want somebody to love me as much as I love them. That would just be, like, I could die a happy man. That's all I really want. But I don't know realistically if it will happen this year. So I'm just going to have to hold out and see what happens. But that would be nice. That would be goals. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I think I'm just going to cut this here, and I will see you in the next video. And let me know in the comment section, what is your New Year's resolution? And I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. Maybe I'll make another one of these like sit and talk videos again, but I'm not sure yet. I kind of like them. It means less editing. It's also really hard to like keep going because I don't want to stop for too long and make you guys bored. So you have to kind of like talk nonstop for like almost 30 minutes. So that's a little bit hard to do. It's like trying to think of a topic as you go. I don't understand how like stand-up comedians do it. You know, like they just gotta, like, it's worse for them because they're not just talking, but they're making joke after joke after joke for like sometimes an hour or two. I couldn't do that. This is hard enough. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out of everything to talk about, I think. So, goodbye. Good luck. Farewell, old friends. I hope 2023 will treat you kindly. And, oh, we have a little news too. The Tormentor, can you believe this? The Tormentor apologized to me, Mike. Couldn't believe my eyes. thought he was joking, but he's serious. He apologized. So that is something new. I don't know. Maybe Winifred Sanderson's not going to forgive him, but I personally forgave him because I'm being the bigger person. But he did seem like sincere, and it kind of was kind of crazy to see that because like I just wasn't expecting an apology from the tormentor. Maybe Winifred Sanderson's curse really worked, because if you remember, oh, I know what the problem is. She and Santa planned to get revenge on the tormentor and Missing Gamer. Not Missing Gamer, Missing Migraine. Missing Gamer's good guy, he's on our side. Missing Migraine was the other bad guy. Yeah, Winifred Sanderson and Santa arranged for no presents for the tormentor. Maybe that's what happened. Interesting. Well, that sucks, but you know what, tormentor, you learned your lesson, and that's the main thing. So maybe next Christmas you will get presents. Maybe you'll get too many for being good and losing out this year. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.